Oh, gosh, I don't even know where to start. You were extraordinary in this, Anne. And before I burst into tears during this interview, talk about an emotional journey for you more than anyone, I would think.
Oh, I think we all were on a pretty big emotional journey. I mean, just showing up the first day and opening your mouth and letting your voice come out for all of us, an unusual amount of courage, something that none of us had been asked to do before on screen. And I just think we all fell back on feeling really lucky that we got to do it. And we were all really supportive of each other. I've worked with some beautiful, collaborative, supportive casts before, but this was something else. I think because we were all in the same boat of having to explore something for the first time on camera that we had never done before. Yeah. I think we were all really, really vulnerable around each other and really careful with each other.
On team, though, somebody very close to you played her, your mom.
Yes. Yeah.
That's where I'm talking about the emotional journey. To be able
Oh,
to...
you mean throughout my whole life, not just the filming?
Yeah.
Oh, well, yes, in that case, yeah, I kind of have a unique story.
She played her, and she gave you her cast jacket. And,
yeah.
You know, I mean, seriously.
I was kind of wondering, should I wear it today? Would that be, like, cool to do in the interviews at the end of everything, to turn around and be like, come see Les Mis?
It would be so cool. Are you kidding? It would be awesome. But how amazing was it for your mom to watch you do this?
You know, we've been asked a lot of questions about the whole process, and one of the questions we get asked is, how did you feel when you found out? I honestly don't really remember the moment being real until I was able to tell my parents. And I found out the day before. I was going to see them the next day when I got the call that I got it, so I just sat on it and decided I wanted to tell them in person. And I showed up to dinner. And I sat down, and of course I'm about to say, something, and my dad had to go outside and take a work call, and I was like, so I'm trying to be super cool about it. And then he came back, and then my husband had to go on a work call, and I was like, you gotta be kidding me.
This is just not happening.
This is just ridiculous. And then finally everybody came back, and I was able to tell everyone. Yeah. My mother, who is 5'3", and I'm 5'8", stood up, grabbed me out of my chair, bear hugged me, and lifted me off the ground. I don't think I've seen... The only time I saw my father as happy was on my wedding day. So it was just a very big, very meaningful, big deal for my family.
Yeah. To work opposite someone like Hugh Jackman, who, the two of you have done stuff together before, but on this level, just take me back to just doing your scenes with him. And I was going to say, not crying, but it really didn't matter if you cried because you needed it for the character anyway, but just to be with him in a scene and play it out. Wow.
Yeah, Hugh's, there's such... depth and gentleness combined with a strength that's very rare. I hesitate to say it because it's such an overused word, but he's beautiful, and so selfless. I mean, if there's a way for him, if you're in a scene with him and there's a way for you to shine at the expense of his own performance, he will choose you every single time. And so it was one of the things that I'm so proud of with him in this performance, getting to see, is how much time he had to spend alone in these songs, just kind of doing the prologue soliloquy, singing Bring Him Home, when it actually, there's no one for him to put in front of him. It had to be him, and we could all see his brilliance. He's so selfless. He's such a love, and there were many moments, especially during the death scene. I was kind of really frail and really, emotionally worked up, and I just looked over and I just remember thinking, thank God it's you. Thank God I'm sitting here having this experience with you, because it was, to say it was painless is not doing it justice. It sounds so grandiose, but it did have the feeling of something miraculous.
Well, it's an extraordinary film. You're an extraordinary young lady, and I have to tell you, you are going to win the Oscar for this performance. You are brilliant, Anne.
Can I get nominated first?
You will.
Can we wait till see if I'm nominated first?
Sure. And the Oscars next. Get your dresses ready.
Thank you so much.
Lovely to talk to you.
Thank you.
So much.
No, thank you. You're very kind.
You're amazing. You're amazing. Love you.